Melons, cantaloupe, and honeydew are a summer favorite at every grocery store. Now, who doesn't want to try to grow them in your own backyard? It's one of those things that is always a challenge. Very few people are successful in raising their own melons. Melons are grown in hot, dry climates. So what we want to do is show you how to grow melons in a simulated hot, dry environment. All you need is some black plastic or black drainage fabric. That's going to help it get hotter than it would be without the black fabric. That's going to simulate the hot, dry heat that these melons grow in a commercial setting. What you also need is some drip line, your melons of choice, and really good, well-draining soil. As you guys can see, I'm kind of making a mound and it's slightly sloped to the south. We're already going to be planting these things east and west, so it's going to have the most sun exposure. But by slightly mounding them and sloping this soil, they're going to absorb that much more heat. So we've got a bunch of things to try. We're going to do 2 kinds of watermelon, a honeydew. There's also a new plant called cucamelon. As you can see, we put this black fabric down. This is going to help keep things warm at nighttime, and it's going to reflect the heat during the daytime. We also put that drip system under there, and as you guys know, it takes a lot of water to produce watermelon. So what we just did was cut a cross-shaped pattern in the fabric here. We're kind of making a little hole in that soil with our hands, and then we're going to plant the melon right down in the soil. We're going to pull that soil back in around it. You got to be real careful so you don't break the melon starts off at the base. We're going to pull that drip system right back into the center. Pull these flaps back in. And what that'll do, it'll keep the weeds to a minimum right next to the plants. And it'll help keep that heat in under that fabric. Now that we got all the melons planted, the last thing we have to do is put a little water on top. Just because we put the drip system in there doesn't mean we shouldn't do some overhead water. That gets rid of the air pockets in the soil, and it gets the plants off to a really good start. Now, one thing that the plastic does is it also retains moisture. We're going to keep you guys updated how our melons are doing, but we would love to hear how yours are doing. If you guys would like help with your gardens or would like to meet up with one of our Grow Experience managers, check us out at growoutdoorliving.com.